everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the first video in my decluttering series where I'm taking you guys along as I declutter my entire house in a series of videos here on my channel. We are starting with the upstairs playroom, which was in desperate need of some attention. Then we're moving the new furniture into Brooklyn's room and moving her old dresser and nightstand into Cole's room. I hope you are ready for some extreme decluttering and organization today, and you leave here inspired and motivated to tackle your own decluttering projects. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let's get started. Okay, I'm going to show you the before so you can see just how bad it is. We are not even in the playroom yet, and this is the top of the stairs. That basket includes all the new Christmas stuff that was downstairs and needs to come upstairs. Here is a new furniture that Chris finished putting together that we will move into Brooklyn's room. And then as we move further into the room, you'll see, oh, the fun mess. There are lots of blocks, stuffed animals. We have monster trucks pulled out. So as you can see, this room was in desperate need of a lot of attention, and we needed to pick up a lot of things. Over here are all the drawers for the chest of drawers, but I'm actually going to organize this cabinet or armoire. And as you can see, the top shelf is either broken or came off one of the little brackets. So I'm hoping that Chris can fix this. So let's get this project started. All my kids are going to help me today. I'm going to start here in the area by the stairs, mainly because I was tired of looking at that basket full of things that needed to be put away. But also Brooklyn made this house out of a Christmas box we had laying around while we were picking up the Christmas decor. It was very creative, and she also used a lot of tape, but I need to put the Christmas box away with the other Christmas supplies so we have it to use next year. After Cole's birthday and Christmas, we have brought in way too many toys and extra things. So my goal today is to go through everything upstairs, every cabinet, every bin, storage container, and make piles to either keep, trash, or donate what I can to not only make room for all the new things, but to free up the extra space in here and not have it as cluttered. I am so ready to declutter our entire house. I've been thinking about this series since November, but I knew I had to wait until all the Christmas decor was taken down and our house was back to normal. I have a long list of spaces that I want to declutter and organize. Some of those spaces are the garage, all my kitchen cabinets, all the bathroom cabinets, my kids' closets, our master closet, and the pantry. I will definitely be filming that and taking you along with me as I declutter and organize these areas, so be on the lookout for those in the coming months. Can we also just take a moment to point out that Max voluntarily came upstairs and laid down right in front of where all the action was happening and was completely unbothered by everything going on. He finally moved, but I guess he wanted to be close to us. I kept asking him, "Are you sure you don't want to go downstairs, buddy?" But you'll see he stayed with us upstairs most of the time. Okay, so now we're moving into the main part of the playroom, and when I start working on a room that is completely overwhelming, I take it just one piece at a time and try to group as many like items together as possible. For instance, these big blocks that the kids play with are very large and take up a lot of floor space. So by removing them, I can clear out larger areas quicker than starting with, picking up the little small Hot Wheels cars or the play food that was on the ground. The other foam blocks I asked Caleb to put back in the bag because they will only go back in there one way, and for the life of me, I cannot seem to do it on my own. You'll notice in the background that I still have my paper Christmas houses and nativity scene up. I will be taking those down along with all the trees in my kids' rooms. After that, every bit of Christmas will finally be removed from our house. All right, in this corner of the playroom or game room, we store all the blocks. That way they are up and out of the way of the main floor space. But before we can do that, I'm going to move all the dresser drawers over to the side so I can access this corner. There are a few items I need to pick up, and then I was going to vacuum before I put the blocks back. And then I'm going to start working on decluttering and organizing the cabinet.
Stuck in the middle of coming inside and walking out. Just stay for a little. You say as you close the door behind me, look in the mirror, hearing you whisper in my ear. Say, are you a sinner or a beginner? Yeah, let's get unpredictable tonight. You and me and vodka cola.
Okay, so inside the cabinet, we store extra blankets at the top, ones that are too big or bulky for Brooklyn's closet, which is where we store all the extra sheets. But I'm going to remove those so Chris can take out the shelf and see if it's broken or assess the situation. Thankfully, the shelf was just off the bracket and nothing was broke. So now I'm going to put all the blankets back. And then the second shelf has paint and arts and crafts on the right side and puzzles and a few special kids games on the left. Then the bottom shelf holds the Fort Builder set, all the Play-Doh accessories, and all the little STEM building sets we have for the kids. Okay, so now I'm going to dump out all of the storage bins, and I knew that they were full of stuff that didn't belong, so this was a task that I've been wanting to do, but man, it was a lot of work. It's going to make a huge pile of toys. The kids are going to help me sort through everything, and I'm just going to make small piles of everything that belongs together. And then while I'm going through each item, I'm asking the kids, do you still play with this? Or I know, they haven't played with this in a long time. Or this is broke, so it needs to be thrown away. If they don't play with it, can we donate it? Or if it's something, that's missing a part, then I will put it in the trash.
Let's get unpredictable tonight. You and me and vodka cola light. And I'm putting myself in situations, standing on my own. They say that you love a confrontation, and that everybody knows you white lies, white scars, wild nights, dive bars, burning me out, you're burning me out.
Okay, so this is what I was able to work that huge pile down to. We have a pile of Legos, Nerf darts that need to go in Caleb's room, dinosaurs, toys that need to go in each of their rooms, extra game pieces that need to go back in their boxes. That is my big trash bag, and a few costume masks. So you can see we made a lot of progress on decluttering that huge pile. These are all the storage bins that I vacuumed out. And so before I put everything back, I'm going to wipe down the shelves so I can start with a clean slate.
Wanna be the person that you call up when you're down. Wanna be the first who knows all of your deepest secrets. Can I be the one who wakes you up before you missed your ride? 'Cause I wanna be close to you, and I wanna show you something new. You gotta know, every day I got your back, yeah, you can count on me for that. So put your hand in mine, I will be there every day.
Okay, if you guys are new here, I like to ask a question in each of my videos for you to respond to in the comments. This just helps me get to know you guys better, and I so enjoy reading everyone's responses and hearing a little bit about each of you in the comments each week. Also, I usually answer the question with something about my life, so I feel like you get to know me more about me as well. So today's question is, do you prefer the city or the country? And when I say city, I'm talking big cities like New York City, Houston, Atlanta, Miami, the big cities. The country doesn't have to be less than 1,000 people, but smaller towns, where there's more land than buildings, if that makes sense. So we lived in Houston for the first year or two of my life, and then we moved about 30 minutes outside of Houston, which was still considered a city, but nothing compared to Houston. Then when I was in middle school, my parents bought land about 20 minutes from where we lived at the time, which is coincidentally where we live today. We live about 10 minutes from my parents, and where we moved was considered the country at the time, and it's still nowhere near to what it is today. For those of you who are new, I live about an hour outside of Houston, Texas, and it was a huge change for me, especially starting 8th grade and having to make new friends. But after I graduated high school and college, I moved to the big city of Houston, Texas. That's where I met my husband. And after we got married, we moved closer to where he grew up, which is where both of us were working at the time, which is still only about 20 minutes outside of Houston. So still very urban. And we stayed there until 2020, when the world shut down. Cole was born in December of 2019, which is my youngest son. So I actually went back to work after maternity leave on March 1st. And then I think everyone was sent home to work like mid to late March. So we were all at home working, virtual learning, and taking care of a 3-month-old baby. At that point, we realized we needed to be closer to family to have more hands-on help. So we decided to move back to be closer to my parents. All that to say, I've lived in both places, and I feel like it depends on your season of life, but I much prefer the country. I would rather live on land with not a lot of people nearby and just enjoy the scenery and embrace the quietness of a simple life. But I also know that we both work full time and need to be close enough to commute to our jobs and have our kids participate in extracurricular activities. So maybe someday in the future that will happen. So let me know in the comments if you prefer the city or country living. Okay, now we are done with the playroom, so we are moving into Brooklyn's room. We are going to remove this dresser and move it into Cole's room. Then I'm going to move the Barbie house over there under the circle shelf, where eventually a desk will go, and then put the chest of drawers right there beside the window.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and
Okay, so the dresser was super heavy to move, and it took both of us to get it in here. And then when we got it in the room and stood it up, we realized that the top drawer was too high with the pegs on the bottom. for Brooklyn to reach the top drawer. So we ended up removing those pegs for now, and it's just sitting on the floor. But this actually helped me mark off another item on my declutter and organize list, because I ended up going through all of their clothes, everything but their clothes that hang up in their closet, and I was able to remove all the clothes that don't fit anymore and take note of anything that they need for the winter time. Even though she could reach the top shelf, it was still at eye level. So I went ahead and put her swimsuits in the top shelf so everything else could be more easily accessible for her.
I don't wanna waste my time, so baby we should start living now.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when
Now that everything is put away in her dresser, I'm going to vacuum out her old dressers before we move them into Cole's room. And then I'm going to go through the clothes that I took out of her dresser that need to be donated, and put a few odds and ends away before I make her bed.
be alright, just you and I, singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside, gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. The summer night, the summer night. The summer night, the summer night. Someday we will look back and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. The summer night, the summer night. The summer night, the summer night. The summer night.
Okay, now that her bed is made, I actually caught Chris at the tail end of taking the nightstand out, and he went ahead and moved it into Cole's room. So the new nightstand is a little wider than the last one, and we ended up having to move the bed over a little bit so it would fit better.
I never realized you were lying. I strongly believed in the game. You really had me back where you want me. I never thought
Moving into Cole's room, we are starting by taking off the ornaments from his tree so I can take his tree to the garage with the rest of the Christmas decor. And you better believe that Cole wanted to help with everything we did in his room. Then we are going to move this table out to the playroom so we can put his dresser here. And I actually wasn't sure which wall I wanted the dresser to be on, but we ultimately decided to put it on this wall. Now I need to start looking for some decorations to put on the wall for his room. That mirror will not stay there. It's been there since we moved in when his room was still a nursery. So we will remove that when I find some art for his walls.
When we are dancing, butterflies flying, when stars are shining in the night.
So I wanted to ask you guys if there were any video ideas or suggestions that you would like to see from me in 2025. I received a few requests from you guys in the comments, one for either my morning or evening routines and another for my weekly cleaning schedule. So for the months of January and February, 1 out of my 2 videos per week will be a declutter and organize video as part of my declutter series I'm doing. As I really clean, declutter, and organize certain areas or rooms of my house. But if there is anything specific you would like to see from me, obviously it would have to relate to cleaning, decluttering, organizing, or anything home or motherhood related, then let me know down in the comments so I can add it to my video schedule for 2025. Okay, so this dude wanted to help put all of his clothes away, so I let him pick which drawer he wanted his clothes to go in and how he wanted to lay them out, and then we added everything to his drawers.
Sing like we were in a
Here he is putting his books away. Since the nightstand took up more room than the other one, we decided to put his books in the top drawer of the nightstand. While he was doing that, I decided to get in his closet and clean out the floor. It looked like the kids had taken all the Halloween costumes off the hangers and thrown them on the floor. So I was putting those back up. And then there were some clothes on the floor that I was checking to make sure were clean before I hung them back up.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, nothing can ruin my day. No matter what anyone does or say, I smile at fools. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is mine.
After I straighten the bed and fix the comforter, I'm going to go through all the toys in here. I had a bunch of toys to find new spots for since he got so many toys between his birthday and Christmas. His room was really getting out of control with everything. So I'm going to pull everything out so I can go through and sort what needs to stay, what can be donated, and then what needs to be trashed.
Down. I'm strolling down the street with all of my favorite songs on repeat. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, and I don't care if you spill coffee on me or if the sky is gray or blue. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is my time. I know what it's like to be broke, yeah. I know what it's like when nothing.
I decided to keep all of his Hot Wheels sets together on this side of the room and move the basket over to the other side of his nightstand, since all of his Hot Wheels cars and monster trucks are right there under his bed. All right, so I hope you got some extreme declutter and organization motivation from this video. Thank you guys for watching all the way through my video. It really does help out my channel when you do that. Remember to subscribe if you're new. It's completely free and just lets you know when I post new videos. I hope you have a great week. Stay warm out there, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Yeah, I know what it's like to be broken, and I know what it's like when nothing goes your way.